Hi everyone. Today we are going to talk about the presentation. Our topic is leadership in digital transformation within healthcare, education, public sector, and manufacturing. Our group name is 12.4 Late Arrivals. My name is Chandrakala. Today I am going to talk about introduction and literature review. Firstly, I would like to start with the introduction. Leadership in digital transformation referred to the ability of leaders to drive, manage, and sustain digital change within the organization. It is talking about the leadership in digital transformation, how the healthcare, public sector, education, and manufacture is working under into the across the organizations. And now here we are going to talk about the technologies. Nowadays we can see there are a lot of technologies coming like artificial intelligence, automation, e-services, and digital learning. By going through these all tools, we can learn lot of the information. And the leadership influence vision, strategy, resource allocation, and workforce readiness ensure the technology is successfully adopted. And coming to the key aspects, we can see different type of vision strategies, and we can apply to the digital technologies how it can improve in the business performances. And we can see the change management as well. Here we can see the new system process and how it is working. And we can see innovation and culture. Here the innovation and culture will apply to the creativity and improvement. And we can see people centric approach, and here it will be worked as a human needs training and empowerment the collaborations. uh, and eligibility will work under into technical market, how the changes will working on the leadership in the digital transformation. Next, literature review. Literature review is one of the main role in the leadership platform. Leadership is a critical in guiding digital transformation across the healthcare, education, public sector, and manufacturing. Transformation and participative leadership styles are one of the most effective in promotional adoption. And we can talk about the leadership influence strategy, resource allocation, change management, ensuring to adopt smooth in the digital technologies. Here we have different type of sectors. We need to focus on the healthcare, education, public sector, and manufacturing. In public sector we need to focus on the patient safety and ethical standards. In education we need to focus on the digital literacy and participants. In public sector we need to focus on the centric services policy alignments. In manufacturing we need to focus on the automation process and supply chain integration. We have different type of barriers, enablers, and we have different type of impacts and research gap. And next slide will continue by Ruth.
Hi everyone, my name is Adewumi Oluwadamilola Ruth, and I will be talking on the research aim and objectives. The research aim is to identify how leadership drives and sustains digital transformation across healthcare, education, public sector, and manufacturing, and the challenges involved in this initiative. The research objectives: 1. To explore leadership approach that drives effective digital transformation across healthcare, education, public sector, and manufacturing. Secondly, to determine the main obstacles leaders face when implementing digital transformation. And the third one is to assess the effect of leadership on culture, innovation, and technology adoption. Next slide. Research questions. The first research question is: how do leadership styles influence the success of digital transformation across healthcare, education, public sector, and manufacturing? 2. What are the main challenges and barriers leaders face during digital transformation initiative? 3. Which strategies and best practices enable leaders to drive effective digital transformation? 4. How does transformational leadership compare to other leadership styles in facilitating digital adoption across sectors? And the last one, what role do sector specific factors play in shaping leadership approaches to digital transformation? Next slide. Research philosophy, interpretivism. Digital transformation is human centered. It is not just about technology, it involves human behavior, organizational structure, values, and so on. Interpretivism recognizes that reality is socially constructed, making it suitable for exploring how different people perceive and interpret digital change. Leadership effectiveness is subjective and varies according to individuals' experiences, expectations, and interpretations during transformation. It supports understanding of life experiences, emotions, and sense making processes that shape organizational responses to digital initiatives. It enables rich contextual insight into how leaders and employees assign meaning to digital tools, change processes, and new ways of working. It is ideal for studying complex human-centered change, where multiple perspectives and interpretations must be understood to grasp real leadership dynamics. I will leave the next slide to Adanegbe Sunday to speak on. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my names are Adanegbe Osahenhen. I'll be talking under our presentation, and what I'll be talking about is research approach. Under the research approach, we have adoptive. I want to talk about healthcare, education, public sector, and manufacturing. Under healthcare, we discovered that nurses avoid using a new digital record system. Transformation leaders who motivate and train staff help boost adoption. Under education, teachers struggles with digital tools. Participative leaders who involve staff and encourage collaborations improve usage and engagement. Under public sector, we will discover that citizens experience delay from weak digital platform. Leaders who set clear policies and appoint digital champions improve transparency, service delivery. Under manufacturing, factory staff underuse automation tools, leaders who provide training, incentives, and hands-on support increase tools adoption and efficiency. Next slide. I'll be talking about research design. Under research design, I'll be talking about healthcare. Intensive shows how leadership communication shapes the use of digital patient record. Under quantitative, survey track system usage and patient care efficiency to measure leadership impact. Under education, focus group reveal teachers' experiences with digital learning tools and leadership support. Thereafter, we'll be looking at public sector. Employees interviews highlight leadership roles in rolling out e-governance services. Under manufacturing, observations interviews show supervisors challenges with adopting automations. Next slide, please. I'll be talking about healthcare here. This study looks at how schools and university leaders guide the shift to e-learning and LMS uses. It gathered information by interviewing principals and IT directors, talking with teachers in focus group, and reviewing digital strategy documents. The data is analyzed by finding common themes and checking them across different sources. I'll be leaving the next slide for my group mate.
Hi, my name is Sara, and I'm going to present the education slide. If we talk about leadership in digital transformation within education, we have to discuss about methodologies. Qualitative case study examine leadership between behaviors and leadership between behaviors and this decision making in schools, colleges, and universities, adopting e-learning platforms. E-learning platforms are those platforms on which students learn from electronic sources like computer and by the uses of internet. And LMS. The LMS is a learning management system. It's a software application or a web-based development technology used for planning, implementing, and assessing a specific learning processes. Okay, if we talk about the example, interviewing a principal on strategies to increase teacher adaptation of digital classrooms. And then we have some methods, the data collection methods, interview with principals and IT directors, focus group with teachers, and review of digital strategy documents to explore relationship and adaptation challenges. Okay, the example will be the teachers discussing difficulties in integrating LMS into the lessons. Okay, the analysis method, thematic analysis and triangulation to identify leadership patterns and validate finding across staff, leaders, and documents. Example is confirming staff report, digital legacy and gaps, and etc. Now I'm going to discuss leadership in digital transformation within public sector. Methodologies, we can say qualitative case study, examine leadership in digital transformation for e-government, smart cities, and digital ID systems. For example, observing how city managers implement city-centric services portal, like on the internet or like this. Next is data collection, leader interview staff, focus group, and policy documents review to explore strategy, challenges, and adaptations. For example, officials discussing cybersecurity measure in digital ID systems and all that. Okay, the analysis are thematic analysis and triangulation to identify patterns in relation in leadership and validate findings. An example is confirming staff report, workflows, issues, match documented policies and all that. Next slide, please. Okay, now I am going to discuss about leadership in digital transformation within manufacturing. The first we have to discuss the methodologies. Another qualitative case study focusing on leadership in automation, process optimization, and digital supply chain integration. The example is observing how plant managers oversees IoT-enabled production lines. The data collection processes, leader interviews, shop floor staff, focus group, and operational documents review to explore adaptation and challenges. Okay, the example are technician discussing difficulties integrating robotics into production. The analysis are the same analysis as we discussed before. Thematic analysis. Thematic analysis is a method used by engineer to assess how energy impact the performance of the mechanical system, and the triangulation is a method using trigonometry and etc. The rest of the slides will discuss by my group mate. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Mukta Datta and now I want to give my presentations through justification. First of all, I want to say that this study uses quantitative methods because they help us understand how leaders guide digital transformation in digital sectors. Through case study and interviews, we can explore real experiences, challenges and strategies in healthcare, education, public service, and manufacturing. Overall, these methods give deep insight into leadership, influence, and help ensure relatable and meaningful feelings. They have everything which is clearly described, and I just now move in the second slide, which is Okay, now it's the conclusion side. To conclude our presentations, I want to highlight I want to highlight the things that leadership plays a very vital role in making digital transformation successful in all sectors. Good leaders guide technology adoption, support staff, and improve service and efficiency. Overall, a strong leadership helps organization to stay innovative, competitive, and able to create a long-term positive impact, which is very essential for the company success and also for the customer satisfaction. I think customer satisfactions and the company satisfaction it is the main thing. It is the main things and main goal for a organization or for a customer. So I think it's a very good things and. Leadership is also leadership plays a very vital role on that. Here is the references which we use for our presentations, and the references was very beneficial for us. So thank you so much. Thank you for your patience.